Today I'm going to show you how to make pylori. Pylori is a snack-sized ball made from combining split peas, flour, and various seasonings and spices into a thick batter and fried to crispy perfection. It's usually served with chutney and pepper sauce. You start by making your dalpuri filling, which doubles as a main ingredient in your pylori. Here I have a pot of boiling water. Add your dried split peas, garlic, Chadon Beni, and hot pepper, and your salt and turmeric powder. Give this a good mix, and you want to let this cook until the peas are nice and soft, anywhere from about 25 to 35 minutes. Now you can make pylori without this dalpuri filling mix, but I just love the body or the added body it gives to your pylori. Partly cover it and just allow it to cook. Right, so our split peas is tender. I went ahead and drained off the excess liquid, and a simple way to check if the split peas is done is you just take a spoon and just mash some at the side of your pot, and once they mash in peace, that tells you you're ready to go. Yeah, so we're gonna go straight into our food processor here. Right, and we're just gonna process this now until it turns into a fine but coarse consistency. Right, so you see it's turned into a nice, even, coarse consistency. So now, next step is to add this to your flour and other ingredients. Right, so we're gonna start by adding your sifted flour to a bowl. Sifting helps to remove lumps in the flour. To this, add your dalpuri mix, split peas mix, however you want to call it, dal mix. I'm going to give this a mix before I add anything else, just to help incorporate it. Next, add your instant yeast, which will feed on the natural sugars and starches in the flour, converting them into carbon dioxide, which leavens or raises the dough, giving the pylori its distinct, light, and pillowy texture. Next to that is baking powder. I'm adding that for similar reasons, and I'm adding some more salt and some more turmeric. Salt for flavor, turmeric for color. Make sure and give this a good mix. Next, add your hot pepper, Chadon Beni, and garlic. Right, and lastly, I'm adding room temperature water to hydrate my flour mixture and combine all my ingredients. I'm using a spoon, but feel free to use your hands or a spatula, anything that suits you. You're aiming for a very thick batter, but you don't want it too thick, else that'll also mean it'll too dry, which will give you a dry and stiff end product. But at the same time, you don't want it too wet. So I'm basically just mixing this and just feeling with the spoon for your desired consistency, and I'm just adjusting the moisture level as needed. Right, so this has reached my desired consistency. Next step now is to cover and allow it to rest for 90 minutes or until double in size. If after 90 minutes it hasn't doubled in size, just simply cover and allow it to rest for a further 15 to 30 minutes or so. But just keep checking it, but as soon as it's double in size, you know you're ready to go. 90 minutes has passed, so now is the time to check your pylori batter. So as you can see here, it's clearly doubled in size. And next to it has my oil. I want to get this up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is showing 352. So I'm going to show you two ways in how to fry this. The traditional way and the non-traditional way. Some people say the easier way. So I'm going to do the easier way first by using 2 tablespoons. Dip your tablespoons in the oil, and then you're going to use this to spoon the pylori batter into the oil. The oil will allow the batter to slide off the spoon a lot easier. Dip again. I'm using tablespoons, and I'm filling it anywhere from half to 3/4 way, and you're aiming for a consistent size throughout. So I'm just going to fill this pot with enough, ensuring not to overfill it, which will drop the temperature of the oil, negatively affecting your end product. And then once this first batch is finished, I will show you the traditional way. Right, so we want these to fry until crispy and golden brown in color. I'm also looking at the bubbles around each ball to tell me when it's ready. Closer to doneness, you'll see less balls or less moisture escaping from the pylori. So for instance, this one here by itself to the top of the pot, you can see how many little balls are around it. So he's practically ready to come out. Then to this, you're just adding it to my colander here to the right that's lined with paper towels. So I'm just going to continue, move it around. You might have to turn some, allow them to fry. I have a temperature gun, so I'll be checking the temperature of my oil regularly to help it maintain the temperature. Right, so now that these are finished, I'm going to show you how to do the traditional way. Start by wetting your hands with water. And then I'm scooping up batter into my hand. And with my hand directly over the oil, I'm squeezing it out between my index finger and thumb. And you just repeat this process until all your batter is finished. And don't worry if you're having some mistakes, or maybe you just want to pick up one ball of batter worth in your hand and do it at a time. That's okay too. This took me a little while, but with a little practice and repetition, you'll get it. And also, what helps a lot too is the consistency of your batter. Too wet, and you wouldn't be able to hold it in your hand. It will want to just run out of your hand. Too stiff, it wouldn't want to come out of your hand. So this is why earlier we spoke about the consistency and all these different things. Right, so some of these are ready to come out. So as you could see, you could clearly see the difference in shape. No pointy ends, no tadpoles frying here. You could even see, the little bits of Chadon Beni, the hot pepper, the garlic, coming through. So as I said, we're just gonna continue to fry until all our batter is finished.